David Walker was born around the year 1796 in Wilmington, South Carolina. David was born with a father who was a slave and a free African-American mother. Because of this unusual situation, he was born free. Even though David Walker was born free, he still saw the horrors that occurred during slavery. Being born in a southern state made life hard for David, causing him to move north pretty early in life. Walker traveled among many towns, mostly filled with other slaves, and he ended his travels near Boston, Massachusetts. While in Boston, he ended up associating with black activists and joined the Massachusetts abolitionist movement. David Walker had very aggressive views on abolition, but also had hope that one day all blacks would be free. Walker is most famously known for publishing Appeal to the Colored Citizens of the World in 1829. Appeal was a novel describing his fierce opinions to both northern and southern slaves. The appeal was turned into a short pamphlet and was spread among many. The novel had to be smuggled into southern states in order to be distributed because it was considered controversial and it was against common beliefs. In his appeal, Walker writes, "The inhuman system of slavery is the source from which most of our miseries proceed." In his pamphlet, Walker gives insight on his deep-set beliefs about slavery. He believed in an abrupt stop to slavery, not slowly easing away. He also encouraged Southern slaves to rise up in masses and rebel against the men that kept them in slavery. Even though he has these strong, aggressive beliefs, he also thought that violence should not be the first choice in the process of abolishing slavery. David Walker became involved with the nation's first African-American newspaper, the Freedom's Journal, which was out of New York City, which he had often had writings in. By the end of 1828, he had become Boston's leading spokesman against slavery. Along with his major impact on trying to end slavery, Walker earned his living as a used clothing dealer operating a store near the northern end of Boston. Walker often sewed his appeal into linings of sailors' clothing. He often relied on sailors and ship officers to give his pamphlets to southern ports. Even with his job being in Boston, Walker still noticed the effects of discrimination, which included observations such as African Americans not being allowed to serve in juries or have their kids attend inferior schools. David Walker was a major contributor to abolitionism, whose writing was very influential and speeches stuck motivation against the evils of slavery. Many people believed in David Walker's ideas, causing the abolition movement to gain a great amount of traction from free people of the North. After Walker's appeal was written, more slaves thought about standing up for their freedom, leading to small revolts becoming more common and possibly prompting the Nat Turner Rebellion. David Walker died a great man at around the age of 35 in the year 1830 of tuberculosis. While Walker may have gone away, his ideas would still ring in the heads of many citizens, and eventually his wishes would come true.